What's up guys, Magic Navs here, and in today's video I'm bringing to you a new Airsoft review on the Cybergun Desert Eagle gas blowback pistol. Holy crap, this thing is a freaking monster. Look at the size of that thing, okay? It's no wonder they call it the hand cannon, because this thing is a freaking hand cannon. Let's get into some of the details of this particular ginormous handgun. So, first things first, you'll be glad to know that this is a full metal pistol. Everything, with exception of the side and back panels of the grip, are plastic, and this is what makes this gun really heavy for a handgun. I mean, this is a freaking hand cannon that we're talking about here, the Desert Eagle or Deagle. So this is actually weighing with the magazine in at right at 3 pounds. That is a very heavy handgun right there. A lot heavier than your typical Glock or whatever other handgun. So yeah, the safety on this gun is on both sides, which is this lever right here. Now, when I first got this gun, I did find it to be quite stiff, particularly on the right side of the gun here. So you will, as you'll kind of see already, I've worn away, or there's quite a bit of scratching on the inside or wear to it that you will kind of have to break in the safety a little bit. The way you manipulate the safety, which I'm not a big fan of, at least with what works for me, is this is the safety on when it's in the down position. I'm a right-handed shooter, so I'll use my left thumb to push the safety forward and up. Now the safety is off. Okay. When I am done shooting, I will use my first finger to kind of curl around it from the top and then push it down to put the safety back on. Okay, I don't like that the safety is so high up, because it makes it really hard for my thumb to reach it once I've taken the safety off. So what I found was best is to use your first finger to push it down, just so that you don't I mean, obviously you can use your offhand, but I would rather be able to manipulate my safety with just one hand and like as few fingers as possible. So that's the safety. Couple of gripes about it, but nothing that you can't eventually work in and get used to. Okay, the magazine, which is right here. Okay, this is a green gas powered handgun, by the way. As far as I'm aware, it does actually come in a CO2 version, or you can get CO2 magazines for it to get even more kick out of this, which, believe me, you can get a lot of kick and recoil out of this, for at least given it's an airsoft gun. Okay, load the gas right at the bottom here, this tiny little fill valve right there. Okay, and you will have 27 rounds to load. You'll be able to load 27 rounds or BBs into the magazine. Some sites, for whatever reason, say 21 only. I know Tim on Red Wolf TV, when he did his review, it said 21, but when I watched it on Toronto Airsoft, it said 27, and even I was able to load 27 into the magazine. So yeah, you get an extra 6 rounds, so it's great. The way you load this one, which I'm not the biggest fan of, as you can see, it does not have like the opening spring that you can access to just pull down with your thumb. If you have a speed loader adapter, then this works as well. I'm not a big fan of it, but in the box you will get a little plunger and tube to load the BBs in. But what I found would also work is if you kind of hold the top of the lip here like this, you put your thumb at the front and first finger at the back. Okay, and you just kind of have to find the right spot at the top of the feed lip there, and just take your speed loader and just start like squeezing BBs into there. It will take quite a bit of resistance, so bear that in mind, but just fill all the way to the top until it doesn't take any more. So this is what I found worked best for me as far as loading the magazine. Okay, and this is a pretty, it is slightly bigger than your normal magazines, but I find it will still fit in most standard pistol mag pouches. And yeah, like, given this is a very big pistol, I might suggest you doing an extra few seconds when you're filling the magazine, just because it does have a bigger gas reservoir just from the looks of it. So instead of maybe 5 to 6 seconds, maybe do 6 to 8 seconds perhaps. Okay. One thing you'll notice is that when you load the magazine, if you don't have enough force into it, it'll just kind of get stuck here, and that's because right here at the top right, or the front right here, there's quite a bit of resistance. Okay, so you do need to put a bit of force into it in order to load it like that. Okay, obviously the more you kind of load the magazine, it will wear that edge away, but just bear that in mind. If you're too light with it, you'll just kind of get stuck. Okay, so just like Tim says in his review, you really got to get behind it. All right, so the mag release is only on the left side here. So as a right-hander, this is a very big grip, obviously, so you're gonna have to adjust your grip a little bit. I find use your thumb to press that mag release. If you're lefty, you can use your middle finger, I find, which is, I kind of find it a little easier for lefties. Okay, so that's the mag release. The slide release is only found on the left side here. Okay, it's very big, and it's in a very nice position for a right-hander's thumb. For a lefty, still okay. I mean, I guess you can kind of use the very end part of your first finger here, or like the bottom part, right? Or you can even curl your finger like that to hit the slide release. Now the slide, as you can see, it travels back a very far distance, okay, which is pretty sick, because this is exactly it goes back the same length as it does the real Desert Eagle. So very nice touch of realism there. And the slide is ridiculously big. So it's like, because since this part is travels here, the barrel itself stays forward. But yeah, this thing, when it kicks, it's like, it really rocks your wrists and stuff like that. Now, to adjust the hop, it's a little bit annoying, but the way you do it is, if you're testing out your hop up, you load some BBs into your magazine, and when you adjust the hop, you're gonna need to take the magazine out and then hold the top of the slide, or lock the slide back. Okay, and it's this tiny little hole right at the top there. Alright, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to see it, but it's right there. Okay, you're going to need to supply your own Allen key, unfortunately, in order to adjust that hop. For whatever reason, Cybergun or WE does not supply you with an Allen key, so you're going to have to go and source your own, or if you have one, great, but kind of would have been better if they had supplied you with an Allen key. Alright, so it's definitely not the worst, but it could have been, they could have done a better job. But so to adjust the hop, once you do have the Allen key, you're gonna insert it in the front in here. You're gonna rotate it clockwise to increase the hop, turn it counterclockwise to decrease the hop. Okay, you will have to kind of play around with it a little bit. I find I needed to kind of find just the right amount, or I found that I did need to kind of play around with it quite a bit in order to find the perfect amount of hop for this gun with the .2s. Now, out of the box, given this is a gas blowback pistol, and I am in Canada, so it's actually in the middle of December right now, so it's pretty cold. You can get anywhere from, let's say, 320 feet per second to even like the high 360 feet per second, or even 370 if the temperature's warm enough and you got good gas. So yeah, if the temperature is warm enough, so yeah, you you got a very, very strong pistol here. But even if it's a little bit colder, you should be fine. You do have your standard iron sights, as you can see, front and rear sight. Nothing really special. Hammer here, same usual. It is a single action handgun, so you will have to rack it. As you can see, once the hammer goes down, the gun is basically safe, right? Just like a 1911. But let's show you the recoil on this gun. So, gun magazine is empty, no BBs. I'll rack it one time and check this out. It actually has a dual recoil spring inside, only because it needs that in order to push that heavy slide back and give you that really strong recoil. So yeah, and then remember, this is just green gas. Imagine like if what you would have if you had the CO2 magazine. So as far as recoil, you will be pleasantly surprised or satisfied with this for sure. Yeah, just make sure you do fill it up with a decent amount of gas, and yeah, like just make sure. I find because with the recoil, it's hard to do follow-up shots or do double taps. So it's definitely, I don't think it's really a race gun or even a gaming gun if you're wanting to do it. But hey, it's not going to stop some of you from doing so, right? I mean, just look at Red Bull TV's review on this Desert Eagle in the very first 10 seconds of the review of that lady shooting a Desert Eagle for IPSC shooting. So yeah, the takedown pin, by the way, pretty simple. Just right here, you're gonna press this button in, and then you're gonna pull this lever down. Once you pull it down, okay, obviously make sure the magazine's out. You're just gonna slide forward like so, just to show you right here. This is the dual recoil spring that I was talking about. And then, as you can see, the barrel comes apart from the slide, okay? From here, you can obviously do your maintenance and lubrication. When you're done, you just gotta, when you're done, just gotta make sure you insert this into the barrel. Then here, take your dual recoil spring, and make sure the little nub is going into the barrel. Line those up like so. Take your lower frame, line it up just like this, and once you get here, just push the nub or push this little latch back up just like that, and you've put your gun back together. So that's basically my overview and review of the Cybergun Desert Eagle. This is a pretty freaking awesome collector's piece, if I must say so. But at the same time, you could, if you really wanted to, if you're brave enough, you could possibly run and gun with this in an airsoft game just to scare the heck out of people with the amount of loud noise and kick you can get out of this. And if you want to be like that lady in the Red Wolf review, you could also probably do some IPSC stuff with it too. That said, guys, this isn't gonna be my personal gun. I mean, it is my personal gun, but I'm actually gonna be I'm gonna be giving this to the airsoft range where I work at, because we are starting to add different variety of handguns for renters to try out, and so what better gun to include or throw in there than the infamous Desert Eagle. So hopefully people will enjoy it, just like they are with one of the new Glocks that we've added as well. So yeah, it'll be pretty awesome. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Hopefully this review video gave you some insight on the Desert Eagle. So If you have questions, leave them down in the comments below, and until next time, take it easy. Peace out, guys.